Okay, so this week's video, you might not actually notice much of a difference, to be fair, to the untrained eye or anybody who doesn't do body work and stuff like that. There's probably about 8 hours gone into it on this side since the last video, and I'll run through the bits that I've done. It's not all fully 100% finished yet, but it's pretty much getting there. Well, very nearly getting there, actually, to be honest. So basically what I've had to do, the back of this arch here has been sorted. That's all now the right shape. If the line is nice and straight down there rather than being sort of had a slight wave and a kink in there before. This wheel has still got the disc to go behind it, so there's another few mil to come out, and the steering's slightly out as well, so it's basically sort of, what's that, towing out, is that? So yeah, that needs adjusting basically, but the arch itself will look pretty smart, the same as the rears and the other side on the front. If you haven't seen it before, the fitment will look like this one. There you go. So it's just got that slight little bit of kink there on the outer edge of the wheel, looking smart. So yeah, that's basically what that'll look like once it's been, I say that, the disc actually is down here, the GTR disc. As soon as that's on, that'll bring it out a few mil, get that towing sorted, and that'll be spot on, I reckon. Just needs the actual arch itself finishing off, which I can't do till I take the wheel off, but you'll see that obviously another time. I'll show the back of that wing better on the return in a minute. Also, this whole sill has had a bit of a rebuild, to be honest, since the last video even. So basically before, it didn't come out far enough, it needed to come out further, and that had been done to a degree. I'd sort of brought it out a little bit, and then when I was checking the other side is actually quite a lot more. It's about another centimetre, and I thought, oh, okay, well that needs sorted out. Can't be the same, can't be different, sorry. So I basically changed that now, so that's all the right size. All comes out the right sort of shapes as well, all perpendicular to the door. It's difficult to tell without primer on it, but you get the idea. You can see where it's sort of sitting now. That rear quarter has also been done all along here. That needed some filler down there to bring it back into line with this, because it sort of kinked inwards there and went like that, which is obviously no good. The other side has got exactly the same now, so it's basically literally the same. I've even measured it and everything, so it's spot on now. But luckily, to get all these things done all takes time, because it takes a filler pass and then flat it back and then see how it measures, do it again, do it again, do it again. So you can imagine there's probably about 5 or 6, maybe 7 filler passes on this now. I've started doing the door shut lines. I don't actually know where the door opens yet. I'm having to guess a little bit, hence why there's sort of cuts and things everywhere. That'll be tidied up later on once the door's actually off, because obviously it's a removable door now. But the line at the back there is correct. The line at the front here, I'm having to guess where it is because I don't actually know where it is. But I've started cutting up here. That's where that's the right place there. This is starting off here. This is the right place, and then it gets to here, and I'm not 100% sure again. I think it might be slightly higher than this, because I'm stupid. I didn't mark it out, so there you go. It's going to be a little bit tricky, but that's fine. I can go from the inside anyway on the other side, so it's no major issue. All these lines, ignore the black paint, but all these lines are basically perfect now along here. It's all been flatted to a spot on kind of level. See if I can get you a rough idea of where we are with that. You can see how that's looking really good all the way down. Nice line. Done a load of work on the underneath of the sill. So under here, it's going to do an echoey now because there's like no room here. Under here, there's basically it was lumpy, so it kind of went like that along the whole thing, which it still does a bit because I've got to jack it up properly on the air ride and put the what's it called, the sill extension on the end of it as well before it's definitely ready. But you can see it's a lot well, not a lot straighter than it was before because you didn't see it before, but it's much better than it was before, trust me. That's been done. This arch at the back, this is a lot of work's gone into this, actually. Probably the most work's gone into this. So again, the poke of the wheel, so to speak, is all now spot on with the line all the way down. Really good that now. I try to wiggle it about too much, but there you go. There's a very slight section just there. Needs a little bit of flattening. 2-second job. Hadn't spotted that, to be fair, so you still got that now, but there you can see how straight it is compared to before. really good. All this section's been done as well, it's all been blended in. This piece here, this whole piece along here, after looking at the other side, it was way off. So the angle of, let's try and do it from this side, the angle here, let's try and get a good angle. So the angle here has to obviously duck down like that. Before, it was sort of further down here. Then when I did the filler layers on the top, it was sort of squarish almost. It was kind of like goes along there, and then you have to sand it back as you need to, get it to a line. So the lines are actually really good on this now, and I've done the radiuses as well. And it's going to be basically exactly the same as the other side. The other side hasn't got to this level, it goes to about here. So I'm going to add this into the other side. Nice and easy, straightforward. I'll make sure that's done. When I flat it back on the other side, when the car's out the garage next, I'll basically put this piece in, because in a minute it just literally stops there and there's a bit more of a gap, so I'll put it to about probably there, and then it'll be the same as the other side. That's the idea. The symmetry is the hardest part, to be honest, because trying to get things right on both sides is difficult when it's all custom work. This whole rear arch has been done. Most of the arch itself, even on the inside here, is basically the right shape. I just need to get the wheel off and refit the disc and caliper on this side when it's all painted and ready to mount properly. And then while the wheel's off, I'll basically get the arch work tied up in the right shape and everything. And I think that's it for now, basically. I don't think there's anything else. There's just a general sort of flatting, general stuff. Looks pretty good. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the back of that wing, wasn't I? That's what I was going to do. So this is an area I'm working on here. You can see I'm making this the same as the other side. It's basically just needs some filler work around there, filler work around there. But the back of the wing here, so the angle, let's try and do this without turning the camera off, there we go. So the angle here, before, this was kind of came down here, it wasn't curved, it sort of curves that way as well. So as well as curving that way, it also curves this way, and it has to be the same as the other side. And it took a bit of time, to be fair, but it's spot on now. This arch here, again, you can't tell because the wheel's towing out a bit, but it's basically spot on line wise down here now, right down to the bottom. Same as the other side, it kind of comes in slightly here, goes in there, and it's got the same curve as the other. I don't know if you can see it really. Same curve as the other side, kind of like a big banana shape, and it's also curved. Not only is it curved that way, it's also now curved that way slightly, which is the same as the other side because it wasn't before. So all these things just take way longer than it looks. Any kind of bodywork, it'd be easier to show you in primer, but I haven't got any with me right this second, so can't really do primer. But yeah, there you go. A bit of a long video actually, but let me know what you think. Feel free to comment. It's coming along really well now. Once this side's done, yeah, it's going to be a case of getting this door off is the next trick. That's the next job really. Getting this door off, making sure it's will come off properly. Sort out all the edges and things, make sure they're all sound. Refit the door, and then I'll be doing all the tablets and stuff inside. So that's the next job. Now this bodywork's basically where it needs to be at the moment. That's pretty much 100% where it needs to be right now. Finishing stages will come later. But yeah, I'll do the inside next and do a video probably the end of next week, I guess.